YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So today we got to talk about the latest topic. We got August, Jada Pinkett-Smith, Will Smith. But first, y'all are here with Janae. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this if you agree with some of the things and stuff that I say, or just like what I talk about, period. Don't forget to share this, of course, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I come on. But okay, so y'all, I watched August Alsina with Angela Yee in their interview that it was first, and I told myself, I was like, all these different things coming about, there's a lot of rumors that go around and everything, and there was speculation back in the day when it happened that Jada Pinkett-Smith and August Alsina were having a thing. And for mine, I just like to hear both parties come out and say that this is what happened. Like, until I heard from Jada too, because August came out first and said it. And then I need to hear from Jada Pinkett-Smith that this was accurate, this is what happened. And she has told her truth, and she has came out and said, on the lines of what August said was true. So, like, for me, that confirmed it. Y'all, I'm going to be as real as possible, transparent with this. Like, for mine, whenever something comes out, I gotta hear from both parties that it's true. I just can't take one side. Like, there's two sides to every story, right? And then there's the truth, as they say. But I just had to hear, like, both of them say, like, yeah, it took place. And so by just looking at Angela Yee and August Alsina's interview, I wasn't about to make this video. But now that, the Red Table Talk has brought Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith onto the table talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I can go ahead and do my video and talk about this topic. I just want to first mention how much I enjoyed the interview with August Alsina and Angela Yee, because it was so heartwarming, if that would be something to say, because he spoke his truth and was authentic about it, but he was vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, everything was like, whatever feelings came about, he expressed it. And then I loved Angela Yee. I never see her so much in a space where she's feminine and, not in attack mode. Because usually when she don't agree with something, she's like an attack mode to something. And she was not that way with this. She was so, like, attentive and listened to what he says and saying things here and there when needed. But it was more like a listening ear for everything that August had to get off his chest. And he spoke on different topics, even besides just the Jada Pinkett-Smith, like, with his sister, with his relationship with his mom, how things have transformed in, like, from his process that he's going through, and just even with his little documentary, I hate to say that, his documentary series that he had before this album with the 27 songs come out. Because I thought before, like, this are the headlines, I'm thinking, like, oh, he's bringing up, Jada Pinkett-Smith in it because he's got an album coming out. No, like, Angela Yee kind of did direct the conversation from the documentary about What Is Love to talk about, Jada Pinkett-Smith, and then that's when that came about. But, like, he was just really vulnerable and just speaking, like, about his molestation and just how he feels about everything. So, like, fast forward into him being with Jada Pinkett-Smith, like Jada just said, like, about 4.5 years ago, when he came into the Smith family and he was sick and she was helping him, like, I could see how everything that he's been through with all the deaths in his family, from his sister to his brothers, and just taking on the responsibility of the children, the girls that was left behind from his sibling. Like, I can honestly see how Jada came in, or the Smith family came in and just wanted to help him out, period. You know what I'm saying? And it just developed and blossomed into something more. Now, watching all the facial expressions that Will Smith had, like, I can tell that this was a tough conversation to have across from Jada. I can tell that he agreed to coming on and talking about it, but it was like he still himself wanted to hear like how did it start and how deep did it become with August and Jada. Because let's get real honest with it, y'all. No man really can fathom and be okay with knowing that his woman at the time, even though they were separated, the woman that you've always loved or had something you have children with, you had like, you know, partnership with, was with another man. And you wonder, like, you kind of compare, it probably compares yourself, like wondering like the feelings that she had with him, did she have with himself? Like, a man just can't take it. Like, us women, sometimes, you know, things can happen behind our back, or even in this case while we separated with them two, and get back in the swing of things, and, you know, probably bring it up from time to time in an argument, but just like kind of get back to a space where y'all both can, you know, get back to what y'all once was. But a man, sometimes they don't even get to that point for them to get back with that woman, because they just cannot think about her being with somebody else and be okay with it, and it kills them to their core. So like, I was definitely watching Will Smith's nonverbal. You know, sometimes the nonverbal, they say it speaks more volume than the actual verbal, what's coming out somebody's mouth. So his nonverbals, like his body language, is just telling me everything. Like, yeah, I'm not okay. He wasn't really okay with it, or he just needed to know more details, maybe that they never really one-on-one talked about, and this was definitely the space to go ahead and talk about it to the world and to themselves. So, jumping right into it, I know everybody's got that, especially the men, they got something going on with her saying, I personally think that what Jada and Will Smith have with their life partnership that doesn't involve, you know, really being that romanticism, or being like romantic and stuff like that, it's different, and it's not for everybody. And they have a track record, period, of not being for everybody. Their situation is different than how a lot of people, you know, have lived their lives and want it to be. Now, a lot of people are just like, it's been ingrained in us. Some people say brainwashed to think that things are supposed to go a certain way, but everybody's human, and we should be at a stage nowadays where we get in a relationship and we can dictate how we want our relationship to go, because it's between that man and that woman. Everybody got to say so about stuff, but half the people that got to say so, including myself, ain't married. You know what I'm saying? Ain't step foot in those shoes to even know what it's about. Like, people get so caught up, especially women, on the glamorization of like the wedding itself, but being married is hard work, and Will and Jada could tell y'all that. Like, it's not easy, it's hard work. But I think that life partnership of not like having that separation, but kind of still wanting to be together and never get divorced, is real big of them. But also, like, you think of a Will and Jada, because there's been songs people try to compare different people. So you think of Will and Jada, Alicia Keys, Swizz, Beyonce, Jay-Z, like different type of people come together, and because of the greatness in each individual, they produce greatness. Every man wants to eventually have his woman have his seed and carry his legacy on and everything. So sometimes certain people get together just on the strength of what they're producing after them. When they're gone, it's going to keep being great and great and great too. So I just really, after watching them over a time period, just know that what they have going on, a lot of people ain't going to really see the true depth and meaning behind it. Because a lot of people, if we watch like Love and Hip Hop's, Black Ink Cruise, different shows that we have out there, like, you're seeing so much drama filled in them. But to watch a Will and Jada and know that they were separated at the time of her in August, and to know that Will's kind of always knew about it in a sense, it's just like, you know, how do y'all knock that? I could see if y'all knocking so many people that do it behind closed door, you have a blind eye, like you don't even know what's going on. But Will, in a sort of like sense, not maybe in the beginning, but after a while he knew about it, and it's crazy because like August came to Jada and on some just, needing that comfort, needing that help to get through everything he's going through, because he's dealt with a lot. And when you have a lot going on mentally, it messes with your internal, and that's how he got sick. Just all that weight, that dead weight on you can like really mess somebody up. So coming to Jada and her being there for him, like opposite sex coming together, and if you're attracted to one another, and if the mental's there, and y'all get intact with that, and y'all know if somebody gets your mental, you basically there. It's like you're basically connected. I think that's what kind of probably transpired. Like they was, and then like Jada said in her interview with Will, like they was going through some things during that time period. So you put two people that are broken, that need healing together, they kind of just get that comfort and bond. And for it to end, it's broken August's whole, what he once knew, up. Like between when his sister passed, he said he cried over her body and was like basically mourning himself or what he once knew, because he died with her. But then he never felt a love like he had before with Jada, and he's going to love her until the death of him. And it just lets you know that sometimes people can come together, and what you will want to last forever, for whatever reason, won't last forever, but it'd be the greatest thing that you ever got to experience. And I think it was so hard for Jada to say she was in a relationship with him, because, she got what she got with Will to look forward to the future. You don't want to say too much, but I'm pretty sure, just like how Jada was always broken and felt like she had something with Tupac, that's how August feels with Jada. And it's so crazy because when August had an interview with Angela Yee, he talks about in his music how he has different parts with Tupac in it, and the mentality that Tupac had at such a young age, and what it did and for him, and what he can see himself. He can see himself in the thought process of everything that Tupac talks about. And I'm just like, this is just a coincidence that all this is just all entangling, coming together like it is. But I bet it was something beautiful. And I'm not the one, because I'm such a positive person, I don't really like to put negativity out in the atmosphere or negative thoughts in the atmosphere. I'm more so like trying to see the good in things. So like, excuse me if I don't bash Jada Pinkett like everybody else is doing. Like Jada Pinkett-Smith made a decision, August made a decision based on how they were feeling and the bond that they were starting to share together as time went on, because he said it was years that went on. And so Jada was saying how she don't know, with it being so long ago, why it's just now coming, back out and everything. But that's something that they wanted to keep private. And I think people forget that these celebrities that we look at are humans. They go through things just like us, but everything don't need to be out there. Like they got enough of their life being put out there. Or anything that's going on with both their children was put out there on the headlines and stuff like that. Like they constantly always have things going on in the media surrounding the Smith family. So people can't wait. When they see a power couple, people can't wait to be able to have a piece of that, like to say things about them, just to basically be able to have something that they can say to be like, oh yeah, that's not a perfect couple. Ain't no couple perfect. No couple is perfect. I think people forget to realize that even when they get married themselves, like their life's not going to be perfect. But the things that happen behind closed doors, nobody else is going to be able to always come out and say. But we can't wait to do that to a celebrity, because it's like everybody wants to be in somebody else's business. And believe it or not, these are just interviews that we're hearing from. Do you know how much we don't know or not going to know? If they don't come out neither one of their mouths, we ain't going to know what really took place over the course of those years. So for everybody to have some say-so in it, knowing that they got things going on, everybody got skeletons in their closet, everybody's done things probably behind somebody's back maybe, that ain't been told, or maybe I feel like everything that happens in the dark comes to light anyway. So let's just be honest. Like, if you thinking that something that you've done ain't going to be put out there, one day it's going to be put out there, like verbally or in some form of karma if it wasn't the right thing. You know, there's good and bad karma, but I'm just saying, like, we all want to put a video out to speak on this, but mine's going to be a little different than probably some, just because I'm not coming on here to bash neither parties. I understand the whole dynamic of, you know, what Will and Jada have, and it's not for everybody. And maybe people might look at this as like they have an open relationship, but I think they have an open relationship in the sense that if something happens naturally, it takes place, not them going out looking for somebody to, you know, sleep around on each other with. I'm pretty sure that's not the dynamic of their relationship. I just want to come on here and tell y'all that, like, what they got going on is something that whole family has to, you know, figure out. I just love the red table talk, because once they hit that red table, it's really gets real. Like, the truth comes out, what you feel is coming out, tears might come out, you know, everybody is just like standing on their truth, and I love that. And I truly wish the best for August Alsina, because like he has been through so much, and so it's like a lot of people want to come and bash him, and like he was saying, think he's like a home wrecker and was trying to, you know, mess up a good marriage and everything, and that's just not what it was. And sometimes when somebody takes you under the wing and tries to help you, you never know what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like on a small scale, a small level example, somebody that's overweight, a woman maybe coming to a man that's a trainer and wanting that help, and them helping them, and then being around them all the time while they're trying to help get that person together, it just blossoms to something else. You know, I know like a lot of trainers get that bad rep of, you know, sleeping around with their clients and stuff, but I'm saying in general, like, just some authentic, like, if a woman really wants to get her body together, can't do it on her own, but goes to a trainer, the trainer looks nice or whatever the case may be, and always just being there for her every step of the way till she gets to where she needs to be. I think sometimes if that becomes more, that was just so, it could be authentic, it could be like really pure and just the way things naturally took place. And that's not to say that it's right or wrong when something takes place, just not in the manner that most people feel like it should have took place. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I'm gonna have some people that agree with what I'm saying, some people that might disagree, but I just think that everybody should follow their heart, do things in the manner that they see fit, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that really got to deal with that, good or bad. It's going to be weighing on our minds. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope y'all stay positive in the midst of everything we're going through with, you know, the police brutality, COVID-19, our daily lives. Like, living this world, living this in this life is not the easiest thing, and you just gotta keep on. You just gotta keep on. Like, you got goals that you're trying to chase or try to make manifest into reality. You might have babies and they're looking up to you, and that's a why. Like, you just gotta get you a why, and every day living that why of knowing that every day you gotta do something more, just to get to where you ultimately want to be, until you can't no more, until we're taking out this world. So I love you all. I hope y'all all decide to watch the interviews with August, Angela Yee, and Will and Jada's, because, you know, headlines is real. Like, people are all looking for views and trying to, you know, basically put stuff out there, and it be clips we be looking at that getting the headlines and rumors, but there's so much more to a video than just that. Like, when you watch a whole video of something, you get so much more out of it. If I would have just took what I was seeing in clips on Instagram from the August and Angela, I wouldn't get the depths of seeing how beautiful that interview truly became to be, And then even the same with Will and Jada, just knowing like how they truly feel on camera. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I felt like there was more like a truth coming from the August Angela Yee. I feel like with Will and Jada, like things was just like said so they don't step on toes, or they don't really say too much but say enough, because they're private people, or at least try to be as private as they can be. But this is a touchy subject when it was kind of pushed on them to have to say something. If it was up to them, they would have just, kept it private, and we wouldn't have known about it. But since it came out in that other interview with August and Angela, it had to be said. So I thank them for, getting on the Red Table Talk and going ahead and telling us everything. And I appreciate all my viewers that's watching out there. And I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I love you all. Until next time, peace and love. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are alerted every time I come back on. Bye.